Welcome, acolytes. Today I am not reacting, I am doing my, well, let's just say, funny way of actually commentating stuff, blah blah, because, well, what are we talking about today? As you probably seen the title and the freaking thumbnail, we're talking about Nikocado Avocado. I will struggle with this name to the end of my life, damn it. But Nikocado Avocado actually released a new video a few days ago, a handful of days ago, where he actually presented himself as someone who's 2 steps ahead. Yes, we're gonna watch that clip in a second. And just presented himself as a total freaking villain. And I personally love it. I'm gonna say why exactly here, there, and where. Because first of all, I have to say the following. I reacted to Sunny V's video on Nikocado Avocado's thing a few days ago, and it was actually, this was the moment where I actually just lost hope for Nikocado Avocado, where I thought that he just lost his ways, because he is a manipulative little shit. He is. As a human being. I watched him for a few years, and I just thought he lost his ways, he wasn't as entertaining. And yes, I was a bit, well, I cannot say mad about it. It was the fact that he actually got everything and lost everything, presumably lost everything by just, well, being as he is with those mukbangs that just drawn out every single fantasy that he actually had, every single step of creativity that he had. But at the end of the day, he actually proved us wrong to a certain degree, because he's playing the villain, and he's playing the villain freaking magnificently. He does it really, really, really well. And this is why I'm gonna actually show you, or tell you, or show you a few things, and just show my reaction to that. And it's just, I'm gonna be honest, like, he's playing the role superb.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead. It has been the greatest social experiment I've come to know. Certainly the greatest social experiment of my entire life.
As you could see, even the start, it's just how he presents himself, how he sells himself. It's just beautiful. He just shows him as the villain of the story. And this is the acting I actually missed from him. Because the thing is, Nikocado Avocado actually did a certain kind of acting. It was basically just trolling. He trolled, he enraged, he is a lol cow. At the end of the day, he is a raging cow, a lol cow, or a rage pig, as I like to call it. Because he baited people out of pure rage. He didn't just lol cow things, but the way he actually did it, the way he lol cowed, unlike Boogie, unlike Wings, unlike or the other lol cows, let's just say the other lol cows. This guy is actually a masterful manipulator. He knows how to mark himself. He knows how to sell his entire story. Because he could have gone in, he could have said, okay, I changed my ways and I'm doing this, this, and this. And he would get a few views out of that. But this presenting himself as a freaking master manipulator, as a villain, is just beautiful. It's just something, it's like wrestling. It's just presenting himself as a story, as a character, and doing stuff. And don't get me wrong, I still think that he is an asshole. At the end of the day, I am pretty sure that this guy is a total, a bad human being that actually does. But the freaking respect where respect is due, he plays his role fantastically.
It's compelling, it's gripping. To bear witness, to observe all these unwell, unbalanced, disoriented beings roam the internet in search of stories. I woke up this morning to money deposited into my account for simply not doing something.
As you could see, even the start, it's just how he presents himself, how he sells himself. It's just beautiful. He just shows him as the villain of the story. And this is the acting I actually missed from him. Because the thing is, Nikocado Avocado actually did a certain kind of acting. It was basically just trolling. He trolled, he enraged, he is a lol cow. At the end of the day, he is a raging cow, a lol cow, or a rage pig, as I like to call it. Because he baited people out of pure rage. He didn't just lol cow things, but the way he actually did it, the way he lol cowed, unlike Boogie, unlike Wings, unlike or the other lolcows, let's just say the other lolcows, this guy is actually a masterful manipulator. He knows how to mark himself. He knows how to sell his entire story. Because he could have gone in, he could have said, okay, I changed my ways and I'm doing this, this, and this. And he would get a few views out of that. But this presenting himself as a freaking master manipulator, as a villain, is just beautiful. It's just something, it's like wrestling. It's just presenting himself as a story, as a character, and doing stuff. And don't get me wrong, I still think that he is an asshole. At the end of the day, I am pretty sure that this guy is a total, a bad human being that actually does. But the freaking respect where respect is due, he plays his role fantastically.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
This, by the way, is some fucked up stuff right here. Now, why would I say it? You can see actually the panda mask, and I'm gonna be honest, I doubt, because I didn't see any other content flying around about it. But in the end of the day, if you see this panda mask, this is from this person. This person's name is Stephanie So. And yes, she has a YouTube channel with basically wholesome content. And the guy besides her, as you can see to the left of her, this is her husband. And her husband actually, to conserve his identity, always wears a mask. Now, as you might think, yes, he conserves his freaking identity, doesn't want to show it. And those two actually had a lot of drama where she was actually afraid of Nikocado Avocado, where I think it was played up. And if it wasn't, it was basically pretty fucked up. I'm gonna be honest here. And maybe it wasn't because through the grapevine, it's actually quite possible that Nikocado Avocado actually sues a lot of people for nonsense. I'm not sure. It's through the grapevine, so it's on 100%. Nobody knows for sure except Nikocado and the parties that are involved in it.
I am the villain because I've made myself one. And you will continue to consume these stories about me year after year after year, for as long as I tell the internet that I am the villain.
And there it was, the new form, the metamorphosis, the freak that actually lost weight. And it's just, he's still playing the villain as always, but can you even see the freaking everything he actually said and did? He's just lost so much weight, it's incredible. I mean, having the discipline to do it is actually quite a hefty sum. And at the end of the day, I don't even think that he planned it from the start. I just think he just seen that he makes, with the content he did, he makes way more money that way. And putting up the villain, again, now the skinny villain, is pretty, well, as I said, fascinating. But in the end of the day, if you see his eyes, he looks a bit fucked up. I don't know what's on there or why or when, but it's a bit sus at the best of the day.
And linger and infect the minds of the ants. Influence the ants. Brainwash the ants.
Now, this is the end of it. Now, why would I actually say to the entire video that it's a good thing that he only plays this stuff up, and why? Because as you might know or not know, a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of just constantly a-holes always say that they're making a social experiment if they are actually fooling around or making a mistake or making a prank or making something evil. And in this case, I don't think he does something evil. I just think that Nikocado Avocado just plays a role. And he does this fantastically. Now, why would I say that? Because this is how he makes his money. He always did that. Maybe he's gonna go through something else, but he's doing the thing and he's doing it perfectly. You might hate him, you might love him, that's irrelevant. But as long as he does these villain monologues, I personally quite enjoy it, because it's not him just eating himself and provoking people. It's actually showing that he's on a villain arc, and this villain arc is just he's going in fist first in the freaking butthole, and he's just said, nope, I'm fine. And well, I mean, it works. He gets some eyes on him, and I hope that he continues to play his villain arc. And yeah, because it's just fun. It's just fun looking at it. And all the things he talks about with blah, 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 with society and stuff like that. Like, I mean, come on. He's playing it up. Because even if you think about it, maybe he wants to do this experiment. People knew it long ago. You know that people on YouTube look for entertainment. They look for entertainment on the freaking thing that they are watching or hearing about. So it's nothing new. But as it is, acolytes, I think this is quite fun watching him. Good night.